What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Song from the Scene here on Nerds and Suits. My name is Ben Bateman. This is the show where we talk to you guys about the best songs in the best movie scenes, and then I pick up my guitar and I sing the song for you.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing.
This episode of Song from the Scene is brought to you by my Double Diamond and Infinity patrons in the Nerd Network. I straighten my tie to you even though I'm not wearing one. Those people are John Patterson, Nicole Krafik, Lucas Shashek, Jake Yakavetta, CJ Robinson, AJ Lancaster, Charlotte Gherkin, Pardis Jessa Dawson, Philip Gustavson, Joseph Boros, and Brianne Chandler. Thank you guys all so much for your support of Nerds and Suits. You are the reason this thing keeps going. I appreciate every single patron, and there's some of you guys that'll hear your names towards the end of the show as well. Every one of you that is a patron at the Diamond or above level, make sure to look for your name in the credits at the end of the episode. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about the other top radio song in the summer of 1998. A few weeks ago, we did Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. This time, we're doing Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Aerosmith from the movie Armageddon, one of the biggest, most ridiculous movies of the late 90s. Michael Bay's 2001 Space Odyssey, if you will. This movie obviously starring Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler, Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, the cast list goes on and on and on. There are so many character actors in this movie that I love, whether it's Will Patton, Steve Buscemi, rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan, Peter Stormare. I mean, the cast is nuts in this movie. Michael Bay directing this, obviously coming off the success of Back to Back, doing Bad Boys in 1995, a bunch of music videos before that, The Rock in 1996, and then he comes out with this in 98, following this, of course, with Pearl Harbor a few years later. Definitely a staple of late 90s action, and, you know, young Ben Affleck is a very, very punchable face, but he's enjoyable in this movie. So the song actually plays in the movie. A portion of it does anyway. It plays in a scene where Ben Affleck is having sweet talk with Liv Tyler before he goes off to save the world. And he has like a whole monologue about animal crackers and are they crackers or are they cookies? It's a pretty bad 90 seconds of the movie. I got to be honest with you guys. It directly precedes Will Patton going and saying goodbye to his ex-wife and son, which is actually a much better scene, even though it's much shorter. But the song does play briefly in that scene. Now, it's quite a bit more famous for the exact same reason that Iris is quite a bit more famous, not for City of Angels, but in fact for the music video, which encompasses a bunch of scenes from the movie. So, you know, in the music video, you have Aerosmith rocking out, singing the song. You've got Liv Tyler, and she's looking up at the screen. You know, she's so sad because her dad's going off into space. Both, you know, the love of her life and her dad are both going off into space to go save the world and do deep core drilling on an asteroid to try to blow it up from the inside. One of the more wonderful plot points ever in the history of movies. Why did I choose this song? Well, I love this song. I have memories of playing this song on piano when I was a teenager. I learned this when I was like 16 or 17 on piano, and I used to play Ultimate Frisbee, and I had really long hair, like down to here. And there was this one, we played in this tournament, I remember, in like Castro Valley, and called Slopfest. This is, I'm going way back in the tank here on this one. And I remember we all got out there, and, you know, and I wasn't like, it was a really good team. I wasn't that good, but I remember there was like a talent show. You know, it was like a bunch of high school kids, and there was like a talent show, and they called me Fabio, that because my hair was so long. That was like my nickname, and for a long time, my nickname was Fabio. And so I remember everybody was like going up and doing their talents or whatever. And so he was like, "Yo, Fabio, you can play music. You should go up there, man." And I like did, and I went up and I played Don't Want to Miss a Thing for this big room of people, and I sang it, and it was funny. So Aerosmith, when they did this song, incidentally, this is kind of the end of their pop career, I would say. You know, Aerosmith comes about in the late 60s originally. They really start to hit in the early 70s, and they have a number of really, really good records. You know, and a lot of songs from the 70s that, you know, people remember Dream On. They have an album called Rocks that I like a lot. You know, so they're going strong in the 70s, but they're doing a lot of drugs very famously, and the band is starting to kind of burn out. So they all break up kind of in the late 70s, early 80s. I think they're doing solo projects, and they all get sober, and they kind of get together, and they do the song with Run DMC, you know, Walk This Way, and then they have a series of hits. They have a series of late 80s hits. There's like a number of albums, you know, Dude Looks Like a Lady, and early 90s stuff like Living on the Edge. And so they had been like a pretty big band again for almost a decade when this song was recorded and came out. And it definitely represents like a big Aerosmith ballad. It's funny, it's one of their most famous songs they ever did, and it's not really very characteristic of their style. You know, Dream On probably being their most famous ballad otherwise, but this is such a big radio ballad. It doesn't have like any of the like rock character that a lot of their stuff has. This is just classic down the middle, write a ballad on a piano. And It's a pretty cornball song, but it's pretty great. The chorus is amazing, and I love this song. I love the song dearly. But the funny thing is, they were kind of one of those bands where like all the guys in the band at the point they recorded this were probably in their like late 40s, early 50s is my guess. They had come off a few pretty successful pop albums, and it was kind of like when Bon Jovi came out with It's My Life. But maybe not even quite as much, because Aerosmith had been around for 30 years at that point already, John Bon came about in the early 80s, and that was only 20 years into his career, so I don't even really know what it was like, to be totally honest, but I definitely know that when this song came out, there was a little bit of a roll of the eyes from younger people, because Aerosmith seemed like dinosaurs at this point, but the song comes out, and it's great, and the movie comes out, and it makes tons of money, and obviously the video gets tons and tons and tons of radio play. Aerosmith did come out with one more big album a few years later called Just Push Play, and that's the one that has Jaded, and it has the song Just Push Play, and it's a pretty good album. It's a pretty popular album, 2001, and obviously when bands get to the point that Aerosmith got to with this song and around that period of their career, they're just a legacy band, right? They can sell out arenas worldwide for the rest of their life. They have never have to write another song or put out another record of any significance, unless they want to. And so, but yeah, Armageddon is definitely one of those movies. It represents a time period, I think. And I think that this song represents a time period on the radio. There was a really big trend around this time. It starts kind of in the late 80s, and I would say it runs through the mid 2000s, where having your song on a soundtrack, on a movie soundtrack, as like one of the featured 2 or 3 singles was a big deal. It meant a lot for your band. It really was very impactful for a lot of those bands. You think about Aerosmith, this is charted on Spotify right now as their second biggest song of all time. There's something about it being in the movie, there being a music video that includes clips from the movie, that is very advantageous for the songs from these movies. And it happened a lot around this time. It was definitely like a big deal because people were buying CDs, and there would be one single on the soundtrack. They'd want to sell you the soundtrack of the movies. They'd pack it full of other up and coming artists they were hoping to have other breakthrough singles with. But there would be a featured song. This is definitely the featured song from the movie Armageddon. So anyway, that's kind of why I decided to play it, guys. I had a really good time playing this one for you. My rendition's a little different. It's a little funky. I hope you enjoy it. I definitely kind of took my time with it, slowed it down. It's a song that is hard to do solo with an acoustic guitar and do justice. So I think I was able to give it some life. It took me a couple takes, but enjoy the video, enjoy the song. I really, really, really have been enjoying doing Song from the Scene, and I think that the show is going to be going to bi-weekly because of the amount of time and energy it takes for me to do these songs. But I am still looking forward to continuing to do the show. So a big thank you to all of you guys. Be sure to look out tomorrow for my interview with Mike the Killer Kalinowski, a Schmodown legend. He came on for a great conversation, for a really, really fun one. So that posts on Friday at noon. Be sure to join the Patreon, patreon.com/nerdsandssuits. A lot of you guys already are patrons. If you're watching the full unedited version of this, you're definitely a patron. There's 15, 20-minute versions of these sort of breakdowns that I do for patrons. And if you're not, go check it out, because there's a bunch of cool different tiers. I announced my original album. I'm doing twice a month studio sessions where I'm working out new material and actually playing it for you guys, practicing covers in those sessions and all kinds of cool stuff like that as well. So a gigantic thank you to everybody who is already a patron. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the video. Stick around afterwards for a quick word, and I will see you on the next one.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing, watch you smile while you were sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. And I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I'd miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do. I'd still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. lying close to you and feeling your heart beating. And I'm wondering what you're seeing, wondering if it's me you're dreaming. And then I kiss your eyes and thank God we're together. 'Cause I just wanna stay with you in this moment forever, forever and ever. I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I'd miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. Even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do, I'd still miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. And I don't wanna miss one smile, I don't wanna miss one kiss. I just wanna be with you right here, with you, just like this. I just wanna hold you close, your heart so close to mine, and just be here in this moment for all the rest of time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I'd miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do, I'd still miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I'd miss you, babe, I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream would never do, I'd still miss you, babe, I don't wanna miss a thing.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. As always, be sure to leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, if you're watching this as a live premiere, you can comment right now. Those comments mean everything to the algorithm to kick these videos up in the standings. Thanks for watching, and a big thank you to every single patron here on Nerds in Suits. I straighten my tie to each and every one of you. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for an interview with Mike Kalinowski.